Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to be taking a look at Port Priority 7. It was a major that happened this weekend. It was incredibly stacked and it was a Panda Club qualifier. So let's just get right into it. We had Kurama taking the whole thing, Tweek in second, Shutone third, Ken fourth, Anathema and Kameme fifth, Justice and Zamba seventh. Ninth place was Yanni, MVD, Big D, and Kronos, and 13th was Machu, H4, Ouch, and Jared is King. On top of there being a bunch of other amazing players there, like we had Dark Wizzy, Louis, Space Mage, Gax only getting 25th, which like that shows you how cracked it was. Like this tournament was insane. And then also my prediction for top 8 once it was made was Justice Zamba in 7th, Ken Anathema in 5th, Kameme in 4th, Shutone 3rd, Tweek Kurama in Tweek in 2nd, and then Kurama in 1st. So I think I did pretty good, all things considered. The only thing is like Tweek Kurama were messed up, and then Ken Kameme were wrong. But every other set, hey, I got that. Which is, do you know what? 4 out of 8 is it's a 50%. It's passing. It's better than we normally do. Let's go. This tournament was also crazy upset heavy. The biggest upset of the tournament were probably Clue, who plays, I think, Kazuya over Dark Wizzy, and Spare over Kameme, and I believe Spare played Palu. I need to check that I'm not... I know Clue is right. I need to check that the name is Spare, but these are both in, like, pools, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, so Spare over Kameme, which is kind of crazy. And then Kameme made, like, the run of runs, which is, like, insane. He beats... Who did he beat on the way there? He beat Schroeder, he beat Debo, he beat Pokepen, he beat Gak, he beat Deathspade, Ouch, MVD, and then in the top 8 he beat Zamba. So huge shout out to Kameme. He had an absolutely incredible run. Sucks, honestly, for Gak. Like, getting 25th, losing to, I think it was MVD and Kameme, is really unfortunate. But then also, shouts to MVD for beating Gak, because Snake Ness is tough. And also, Pika Ness is tough. And I think H4 was able to beat Sen. So the Nesses this tournament, they lost their good matchups, which is like, you know, no Nest November. It's finally coming to fruition. Yeah, H4 over Sen there. And then he did lose to Tweek, who also had a crazy lose runs, which I guess we could just get into right now. Look at that transition. He lost to Kronos fairly early on. I believe he was juggling at this point, like Wario, Wolf, Diddy. I think that's what he said in the interview he was doing. But then he goes into losers. He beats Slushy. He beats Loki. He beats Sharp. He beats H4. He beats Kronos in the run back. I know he started the set with Wario. I think he won game 1 with Wario, lost game 2, and then I don't know if he lost game 3 with Wario, but then the last 2 games were Diddy. And then in top 8, he managed to, here, let me put this here, multiple tabs for efficiency. We had him beating Justice, him beating Anathema, Ken, Shutone, and Kurama. And like, he warmed up. Like, the Justice set, he's pretty warm. Anathema set, he was very warm. Ken set, on fire. Shutone said he's the sun. Kurama, he is the sun god. I don't really know what would be hotter than the sun, but it was Tweek, because he played so well. And also, Kurama got the Panda Cup spot, so shoutouts to Kurama. He definitely deserves it. Played really well this tournament. Again, proving his consistency from Ludwig's, which is like always nice because we knew Ludwig's wasn't like a fluke, but it's like, can he repeat this like to that caliber again? It's like, is he gonna get like 7th or 9th, which is like what people probably expected, or is he gonna get the like top 3 like he did? 2nd place, really good. Getting that Panda Cup spot, it's gonna be sick to see him there. I think that's the next time we see him because I don't think he's at either DreamHack or Apex, and I don't believe he's at main stage either. He might be at main stage. I'm not actually super sure, but it's sick. He did well. He beat Shutone, he beat Ken, or he beat Anathema. Played really well this tournament, and I think MVD and Jairus King, and he beat Mario Shoke. I don't know how he did that, but he did it. Also, Big D, hey, Big D fans, he got screwed over. He had to fight Ken, which is Sephiroth Ices, or Sonic Ices, and Justice for 9th, which is like, damn. You have to fight Min Ices, which is like arguably one of the worst matchups in the game. That matchup is bad, and then he made it super close, by the way, so shout out to him for that. And then Sephiroth Ices, which is also terrible, still getting 9th place. He's crazy. Also, Canadian sucks up, Machu 13th, Big D 9th, and then Ouch in 13th as well. And another thing that I was right about is Justice, because if you don't know, in my Port Priority prediction video, I predicted that Yofi and Justice would overperform their seeds. I think Yofi went 2-2 and underperformed there, but hey, it's his first major, honestly, 2-2. It's very good, and I think he is going to only improve. And Justice had the run of runs, because he was actually, I think he was in winner's quarters. Yeah, he was in winner's quarters, beating Naito Sharp, Sandfall, and Mystery, and losing to Shutone. That set was kind of crazy. Shutone is very good at that matchup. And then beating Big D in a very close set, and then losing to, I think, Tweek, but he did take a game. Yeah, he took a game off Tweek, but he inevitably did lose the whole thing. But yeah, shoutouts to Justice. He had an incredible run. I was right. Perplex sucks through the roof. And if I was right about one player having a good run, that means you have to sub. Everybody knows that rule. Kronos also had an incredible run as well. As we said, beating Tweek earlier and beating Machu. and Jojo the Hobo. And yeah, that's really impressive. Bunch of good wins there. Absolutely amazing start for the ad. And is there anything? Oh, right. Before I forget, because I should have said this at the start, there was a couple DQs in this tournament. One of them was Cosmos, one of them was Meister, one of them was Aquila. I think those were probably the biggest three. We knew Aquila before it was going to happen. And then Cosmos, I just think, didn't attend. Apollo Kage as well. But then Meister, unfortunately, like, there was, like, he got, well, just blatantly, it was, like, racism. He wasn't allowed into the event by, not the, like, port priority people, but the port priority was, I believe, connected to a casino, and this casino security, they wouldn't let him in. Like, he just, again, pretty sure it was just blatant racism, which is so upsetting, just super dumb. So that really sucks for Meister. Thought I should mention it. No hate, by the way, to port priority staff, because again, I believe there was, like, they had nothing to do with it. It was entirely the casino's fault, which is just really sucks. But yeah, just thought I should mention that. But getting back into the bracket, Ken being consistent again, which is always nice, because he had a rough couple tournaments, like with Ludwig's and Leota C, but this is a good run from him as well. Shootone staying super consistent as always. Yanni, where is Yanni? Because I want to talk about my analogy. Yep, Yanni, I'm in. He's that pendulum, and he is on the upswing. He's one step before the final one, I believe. So next tournament he's going to top 8. I don't know if the next tournament he's at is main stage, but hey, Yanni for Summit. But he beat He beat Jose. He beat Schroeder. He lost to Anathema, and Zombo unfortunately double robbed. But he played really well this tournament. He had the most crazy comeback against Ouch in 2 different games, game 3 and 4. Ouch like had that set in the bag, and Yanni said, "Nah." He's so good, man. And it's so good to see his consistency come back. It's like, again, that pendulum. He's swinging down. He's on that upswing. Next tournament, I'm feeling that top 8. And then also losing to Double Rob feels bad, but hey, you play Steve. Sometimes little ironic, I suppose. And then Zomba lost to MVD again, which does make sense. I mean, MVD's beat him the last 2 times, so I think he's up 3-0 on Zomba now, which is like, or at least 3-0 in recent sets, which is very impressive because Zomba's an absolutely amazing player. And then MVD also beat Gact, which is like maybe not a huge upset in terms of seeding. It's probably like by a couple placements, but in terms of like matchup, that is crazy because Gact is like the best S player right now, probably. I think it's him or like C%. It's one of those 3, but I would say it's Gact. I don't know. But the point is, Gact is amazing, and MVD managed to take that set. MVD played amazing this tournament. Did get 9th place, losing to a very close set to kurama. And then, I mean, Kameme kind of did really well. Kameme, again, we already talked about his run. His run was crazy. But, yeah, MVD having that consistency again, really good. Same thing with Yanni. A couple other really good runs were from Toad. Toad, like, he beat Luis, which is one of the bigger upsets of the tournament as well. I think it was SPR of, like, 6 or something incredibly high. Like, Toad had arguably the run of the tournament, losing Jared as King in Peach Shulk, which is like, you can't feel too bad about that, but beating Jose, Fizmint, he beat Jaden. Like, he played so well this tournament. He should be very happy with himself. And also, apparently, his name is Luis, so now he is the best Luis in the world. Confirmed 100%. And also, before I forget, Major is, I'm pretty sure, a Ganon player who got 25th at a Major, which is, or 33rd at Major, which is crazy. So shouts to him for that. Xavier, Wii Fit 25th, also shouts to him for that. Even though the Ganon one is like way worse, but Wii Fit's not like a bad character, but they're not great by any standard. Base Mage, Luis, Xavier, and Gact, like being in the same placement as Gact, Base Mage, Luis, it's like that's gotta feel good. And that's only on the side of your pool. Like, who else is here? Like, we had Dark Wizzy, Samuel, MFA, Loki, like those are all amazing players. Also, Jajaja 13th with Kirby. This was like the low tier tournament. We had Big D 9th, Jajaja 13th, Ganon in 33rd. We had Major in 33rd. God, it slipped my mind there for a second. Like, so many amazing players. Like, this tournament, oh my god. It was just so stacked. And I feel like I haven't talked about top 8 mainly like at all. Anathema, again, he is really consistent. Like, he is just an amazing player. I don't know if he's the best Rob right now. It's like really tough to say if it's him or Zomba, because Zomba had this run at Ludwig's, which was crazy. And then Anathema had this run here, like Rise and Grind. It's like, it's tough, and the head-to-head Anathema is better because he's like crazy at that Ditto. But it's cool to see that there is contention for that best Rob player, because there's not a lot of contention for like best of the character. I feel like the most interesting one right now is like best Snake, because it's like you have MVD having this run, you have Apollo Kage having his run. It's probably Apollo Kage, but then you also have Dio and Shogun in Japan like doing stuff. It's like there's so many amazing Snake players out there. And off topic, I just like, hey, a chance to talk about Snake, I will take it. But yeah, I think main thing I want to cover, Ken Kameme, that was a pretty good set. I think it was reverse 3-0. It was very slow, but still a good set. I guess we'll transition into best sets of the tournament. I mean, Grands was amazing. TWEEK was such a treat to watch this tournament. He played He played muy perfect. Anathema Kurama was really good. Kurama Shutone, the run back, was very, very good. Before top 8, we had MVD Zomba was good. Just like watching good Snake is nice. Yanni Ouch was good if you love Steve shenanigans, because there was a lot of that. Kurama Jared is King was amazing. Losers, Chronos Tweek was really, really good. There was like, God, this tournament was just chock full of very, very strong sets. Again, Chronos Tweek, I think I just mentioned that. Justice Big D, amazing set. Like, just, this was such a good tournament. And we got to see Ouch and Luis on stream. And of course, that was a banger. Team Fundies for the win. That was like, that's the tournament. That's the set of the tournament. Thank you, Poor Priority TOs, for listening to me. I know that's why you did it on there. Not for any other reason. Just for me specifically. Thank you very much. And player of the tournament, I think it has to. Sorry, my mic cut out. It's not a good proof block video if the mic doesn't cut, but my player of the tournament, I think, has to be Kronos. It was between Kronos or Toad for me, or Tweek, honestly, because he just played so well. But Kronos had, like, such a good run. He beat Machu, he beat Tweek, he beat Jojo the Hobo for 9th place, and I also think in the last Port Priority, he beat, I think it was Cola, so, like, hey, maybe Port Priority is just Kronos tournament. Like, I don't know. Port Priority 9 or 8 comes around, he's probably top 8. Port Priority 9, he wins the whole thing. Call me a prophet, but I could see it because he played really, really well this tournament. Should be very happy with it, and I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If there's a top player that I left out, because there's like a bunch of amazing people that I barely talked about in this tournament, because there was just, hey, you can't talk about everyone, please let me know down below. I'll tell you how they did. And I thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, all that yada yada, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.